is a perfect example of knowing when to take it easy. I had a great run yesterday, 400 meter sprints. Feeling great, figured I'd come out again today and just do a little light jogging. Right at mile 5, the body just told me I'm done.
Welcome back, everybody, to Average at Best. I am your host, Josh Chase. Thank you once again for joining me. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button on our channel so that you're notified when our new videos come out each week. We're back on a regular schedule this time, talking about week 4 of our training plan, which simultaneously I think was my most successful week and the week that contained my biggest failure. What do I mean by that, you ask? Well, I left you last week looking forward to some great track workouts and some good tempo runs. And this week started off great. Sunday, we had a nice long leisurely walk/run. Tuesday rolled around and that was our first workout run of the week. It was supposed to be a tempo run for 2 miles, a little bit of a recovery jog, and then another 2 to 3 miles at race pace. Looking back at week 4, there were 2 key workouts. Tuesday was a tempo run workout with 2 to 3 miles at race pace with a light warm-up and cool down. And Thursday was a speed workout, one I haven't done in quite some time, so I actually was really looking forward to it. But before we get to that, one thing I just want to note is at the beginning of this week, it was noted in the training plan that this week was supposed to be a low mileage, low impact week. One of those weeks where you sort of take it easy, don't do as many miles as the past couple of weeks, and take a few solid days off. Now that brings up our first error. Now I typically have Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays off. So I took Monday off, which has been traditional these last couple of weeks. After Tuesday's workout, I was feeling great, so I figured I could throw another casual run/walk in there. So I went out for just a couple miles with Molly. And then Thursday, we have our speed workout. So Thursday's workout was one I had to do on the track. It was 400 meters at speed pace, which for me is about 7:30, 7:35, with 3-minute recovery jogs or recovery walks in between. Now I was supposed to do 12 to 14 of those. I figured I could probably struggle through 12, but much like we talked about last week, by the time I actually got to 12, I was feeling great. Now here's where the problem comes in. I went out on my first 3 or 4 laps of these 400 meter sprints, and I realized that I was running about 6:35 on my pace, which is probably faster than I should have. And honestly, I was just kind of eyeballing the pace. I wasn't checking my watch much. I was really just going by how I felt. And honestly, at the time, I really felt great, and I continued doing that 6:35 to 6:45 pace for all 14 of the laps that I had to do. I finished that workout on Thursday. I feel absolutely amazing. I take down some TAILWInd that I've got in a water bottle with me, and I immediately think to myself, when can I go run again? I feel so amazing at that point in time that I can't fathom taking a rest day tomorrow. And this is where I try and compare running to another sport. And for me, when I think about it, it's sort of like golf, right? You can have a great drive and walk up to the second shot and think that everything is gonna go perfectly, and you flub it or you duff it into the woods. Friday rolls around and I decide to go out for a run. Now this weekend would have normally been Ragnar Cape Cod. And if you're not familiar with Ragnar, it's a relay race where you have 12 members on your team. Combined, you run about 200 miles, and each individual runner will run 3 legs, varying distances anywhere from 15 to 22 miles. So since everybody else is doing virtual races, Ragnar decided to do the same. Now coming off of my workout on Thursday, I feel amazing. I say Friday, I'm gonna go put some miles in. About 4 miles into Friday's run, my body starts feeling a little exhausted, and by mile 5, I have absolutely hit a wall. I spend the next 2 miles walking because I couldn't force myself to run if I tried at that point. And I realized at that moment I had definitely pushed it too far. Now here's the problem. It's Saturday morning. I'm miserable. I'm feverish. I've got cramps. My legs are absolutely exhausted. And with training plans like this, there's little to no room for extra days off. I'm supposed to have an hour-long easy run on Saturday. I'm supposed to have an hour and 20-minute long run on Sunday. I've got no time to be sick and to not get my runs in. The goal all along was to build on consistency, never miss a workout day. And one thing that I learned this week is you should never miss a day off, no matter how good you feel. So I spent most of my day Saturday recovering, resting, taking a nap, getting some electrolytes in me, which I really think I was down on after my workout on Thursday. And the real key at the end of the day was sleep. When I laid down at the end of the night, I got about 11 hours of sleep, and it was clear that my body needed it. I might not have been 100% on Sunday, but I was a lot closer to feeling better and more like myself. So if I haven't said it already, the message is pretty simple for this episode. Workout days are important. Rest days are important. And even when you're feeling better than ever and you think you're unbreakable, take that rest day and take that time so that you've got more energy and you're better prepared for the next workout. Perfect example of that, I'm filming today on Monday the 11th. Today is a rest day for me. I am truly doing nothing. I am not even gonna go out for a walk. If I hit 2,000 steps, I'll probably be lucky. But honestly, that time away from running is really what sort of keeps me motivated and keeps me looking forward to the next run. So I'm gonna use those days off, not just physically to rest, but mentally to sort of reset myself as well as we enter the second half of this training cycle. Week 5 starts and ends with some easy runs for me. In the middle on Thursday, we've got some race pace training that we've got to get through. And then we really get down to business. The last 3 weeks of the training block look to have 2 intense workouts each time while also simultaneously ramping down our mileage a bit. And before we know it, it'll be race day. The end of May comes quickly. And that's when we're looking to really make improvements on our 10K times that we had just a couple weeks ago. So that's it for another episode of Average at Best. Again, I am your host, Josh Chase. No standing in front of the whiteboard this week for me. I guess the exhaustion continues and I just didn't want to stand up. So you've got a casual sitting episode here. Hopefully the audio is a little bit better. And I hope you guys continue to enjoy the episodes. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. We'll talk to you guys next week. We're out.